Hello, everyone, and welcome to Outlaws Pass It On. My name is Nick Boyd-Fawn, and I play for the Outlaws. My number is 17, and I'm gay, and my pronouns are he and him. And I'm going to be interviewing Matt Blackett. Matt, do you want to tell us about you?
Hi, I'm Matt. I play for the Outlaws. I am Outlaw number 140. I play mainly as a back. I'm straight, and my pronouns are he and him.
Cool. Well, hi, Matt. So we've got a few questions to ask you. The first of which is, what comes to mind when you think of LGBT spaces or groups? And when thinking about that, think of places like the Boston in Northampton. Have you been?
No, I've not actually been.
Have you not?
I went to university in Brighton, so I know the LGBT community quite well. And what I think of the place is they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I haven't actually been to very many myself, but whenever I've walked past them, it does look like everybody's having a really good time. And what's really nice is that there's no judgment.
Yeah.
And you can kind of be who you want to be, which is something that I think more conservative places miss out on. They tend to be a little bit more buttoned up, a little bit more restrained, but you know, it doesn't harm anybody. So, you know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
Oh, that's good to hear. How long were you in Brighton for?
I was there for 3 years. So
Yeah.
I did a rather useless sculpture degree, which I don't do anymore. Yeah, I know. Which was a lot of fun, and it's a wonderful city and great people.
Yeah.
No career prospects, so I kind of stopped doing that, and I realized I wasn't actually that good. I went there and I realized, actually, you know what? There are 20 people here. They're better than me.
I'm sure you're underselling yourself.
Yeah, well, I learned this quite soon after I got there that it probably wasn't for me. But I did the course. I got the degree, and I sort of went on to do other things.
Oh, cool. So when you think of a traditional rugby club, what images come to your mind?
Beer, lots of beer, and communal showers.
Nothing else.
That's kind of your. That is probably what I would have thought had I not played rugby. As an outsider, I would have thought that is probably what a lot of them do. They play drunk, and they all go for showers together.
Yeah, but you've played for a while now, haven't you?
Yes, I have done. I played when I was at school, so
yeah, since
I was 8, and then up until I was 16.
Yeah,
and then everybody grew, and I stayed the same size. But what's happened is everybody's got fatter.
Yeah,
and I've stayed slim. So I've actually using my speed and my frame to my advantage now, which is why I'm enjoying it a lot more.
And a smashing sidestep that you have.
It's okay. Still a work in progress.
Yeah. So what did you think that like a gay or inclusive rugby club would be like?
Sorry, what was that?
What did you think that a gay or inclusive rugby club would be like?
Do you know what? I went to, funny story, I actually turned up to the wrong training, which is why I ended up at Outlaws. I was meant to go train at Scouts. And I turned up and I said, I've been talking to a guy called Steve. And they were like, yeah, Steve's our coach and all that. And so I was like, cool, I'm in the right place. So, and I played for you guys. And I thought, okay, that's fine. I came back again for a couple more weeks. And then I realized actually, because I got the application form and it's like, this isn't Scouts. Okay. I then went to Scouts for a couple of training sessions. And I actually realized that, you know what, they weren't as nice as everybody at Outlaws, and I'm a bit beyond the age of trying to be the best I can. And I thought, you know what, they're such lovely people at Outlaws. I'm definitely going to play for them. I'd rather spend my Saturday with a nice bunch of people.
Yeah.
Whether they be gay, whether they be straight, whether they be whatever, they're such a
Yeah.
lovely bunch of people. It makes no difference to me. And sort of ended up, well, here a year on now. So yeah, it was a good decision.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good fate.
I've got to say, Outlaws is richer for having you in it. That's for certain. Get that cracking
That's very
side
kind
step.
of you. That's very kind of you. It's very kind of you. But everybody's lovely. I didn't get that feeling when I played for Scouts.
No.
Everybody's really welcome. I don't know if it's the inclusivity of it.
Yeah.
But I felt there was a lot less judgment and pressure.
Mm. So you think it's kind of like an attitude difference?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel there is, as you say, an inclusive atmosphere that I didn't feel at Scouts. Having said that, I play field hockey as well, and I play for a number of clubs in London and in Northampton, and I've never quite had the welcome that I've had turning up to a new place as I have at Outlaws, which is truly special. And whether it be the inclusivity of it, I don't know, but it just happens to be that's what it was. So as I said, a year on later, I'm very happy and I'm still playing.
That's really good to hear. Are you still playing field hockey?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
What position?
I play left midfield. Bit of an engine in the midfield.
Defense.
Yeah, you're always covering me.
Yeah,
when I'm bombing up.
So how has Outlaws changed your view of rugby teams, would you say? I mean, there's still a lot of beer and communal showers, but
there is still beer and communal showers, which, you know what, is a good part.
Yeah.
That's why we play, isn't it?
Yeah. Though I've got to say, as a gay guy playing rugby, the question that we get asked so much is, what are the showers like? And
they're always communal.
They're
always communal wherever you go. I don't think I've ever been to a single club that's actually not got communal showers.
But I would say there's no difference between a straight communal shower and a gay communal shower. It's just a shower. You're there to get clean.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's none of that. There's none of that.
You mentioned the sort of the inclusive side of things. I mean, I would say that for me, with the Outlaws, the inclusivity is the main difference. And I was speaking to Paul before you, and I was saying that, like, actually, one thing that I think is really great is the way that the kind of the straight teams, like Scouts, like Heathens, like the attitude that they have in terms of, like, towards the Outlaws, the fact that they are inclusive of the Outlaws as a proper team, not like some kind of jokey fringe team. But yeah,
it's interesting because I speak to another she's going to be playing for Kinky Boots, but she plays with Toaster, and they've often been questions about, why do you need an inclusive side? Because really, it doesn't matter what orientation you are, even if you've gone to the other club, which is great to hear, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm only hearing that from a third party. I've never actually been there,
no.
experienced it. But at the same time, you know what? If an inclusive side allows you to meet other people who have the same persuasion as yourself, then that's great. That's great for you.
I don't just see it as that. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's something I've heard, like, from other teams as well. Just saying, why do you exist? We're inclusive, kind of thing. We would take anyone on, but it's about the perception as well, I think, and about like having the confidence to go and actually try something that you've never tried before.
Did you play before?
I did, yeah, but like you to some extent. Like I had a bit of a break between school. I stopped a little bit younger than you did, and yeah. I don't think I was ever top flight but I like to
Well,
think
no, it
that
doesn't
I was.
matter. You were decent. You were
So,
handy on the pitch.
what about your view of the gay scene? Because of course you'd been in Brighton, so you'd been kind of aware of it. I mean, the scene down there's huge.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't a shock to me.
no.
I had friends in Brighton that were gay.
Mhm.
Nothing really doesn't bother me. I actually find gay people to be a lot nicer, actually, in reality. There seems to be, as I said, a lot more inclusive is the word we're using a lot, and it's very true. There's a lot less ego involved, I think.
Yeah.
which I think can sometimes be a problem particularly when you're a new person, particularly coming back to a sport or going into a club atmosphere where everybody knows each other already and they've formed little groups. Particularly at the larger clubs, you have lots of cliques and groups, and you have particular people that have been there since they put the kitchen sink in, who kind of call all the shots. But I don't feel that at Outlaws. I feel that everybody's got a say and everybody's got an opinion that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, where you play.
Yeah.
And I once say I don't know if that's just an Outlaws thing. It just happens to be that I found it easiest integrating into Outlaws than I have at any other club in any other sport. Whether I keep saying whether it's the inclusivity of it or not, I'm not sure. But from my experience, Outlaws has been really, really, really good at that, which is why I think you'll probably find that people don't really leave once they get to know everybody. It's quite difficult to leave. I tried to go and play for Scouts, and I said, you know what, rather not, to be honest. I'd rather spend my Saturday with these people.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, mate.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
So obviously, like, did you play when you were doing your sculpting, or did you take a break then?
No. I didn't do any sport.
So what made you kind of think that you wanted to go and play for Scouts? You know, where did that sort of come from?
That came from also my friend who was playing for Toaster, who now is going to be playing for Kinky Boots. I got really inspired by the Rugby World Cup. Actually, I was like, I've got to get back into this. I love it. I really do miss it. And I asked her which clubs I should go to. She goes, you should go try Scouts. They're close to your home, and they're quite a nice outfit. And as I said, I turned up to the wrong training, and it's probably the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah. So before that, you know, was it just through school?
Yeah.
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 And where did you go to school?
I went to Harrow.
Oh, right.
Very smart school. Yeah. Yeah. Not many. Well, everybody knows Harrow. So, and they are very, very big on their rugby there. They're massive. I mean, they've got Maro Itoje went. Yeah. Well, Maro Itoje went to Harrow.
Yeah.
Living Apollo went to Harrow, and now they both play for England. So, and we had Roger Utley, who's an ex-Lion, as our head rugby coach for the first team. So it was a very big deal at Harrow. So I didn't even play in the top level. I was playing in like the third team back then. And unfortunately, it was actually to use my stature. I've always been quite a small chap. Everybody just grew and grew and grew. Yeah. I get a lot of my rugby was played among very, very, very talented rugby players of their age.
No, that's great.
Times.
Yeah. And so, I mean, obviously, you know, we put in questions about sort of how you felt about like going to your first training session. After all that time, like, were you a bit apprehensive about it all?
I'm gonna sound dreadful, but I back my own skills.
Yeah.
I was no, I wasn't. As I said, I've turned up to other clubs and other sports, and I didn't know a single soul. So likewise, I moved to Northampton from London about 4.5 years ago. I just up and left, and I didn't know a soul. So I find I don't find it too daunting turning up to a new place and meeting new people. I quite enjoy it, which I guess that's down to my personality. It doesn't really bother me. But maybe as a person that's less confident in those sort of situations, I can imagine it's quite a scary prospect, particularly if it's not something that you're particularly confident in or you haven't done in a very long time.
I
like to say.
No, I was going to say for me it was like you know, I had a little bit of apprehension about it, but you know, that went like so quickly, and you just got to throw yourself in. Like it's, you're not going to do yourself any favors, nor really show what you can do unless you kind of just go for it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I've spoken to other outlaws about this, and I think a part of a recruitment drive is making people feel really welcome on the first day, because you only really have the opportunity to do that once, and it's always quite a scary thing turning up to a new club, inclusive, non-inclusive, and you don't know a soul, which is why I am a strong believer in making that new person that comes in feel really, really welcomed and supported, because those sort of attitudes retain people and players, and it does wonders for everybody, really, for everybody's mental well-being. It's something that I'm truly believe is something that makes you stand on the others.
And so how did you feel after your first session with the Outlaws?
Well, I came back again, didn't I?
You did, so,
obviously quite good. No, it was good fun.
You weren't thinking to yourself, oh, scouts aren't that good, are they?
I was thinking, no, not at all. You know what, it was for, and it still is. It's still the right place for me at the moment. So
yeah, that's cool. So what advice, you mentioned about kind of making people feel included, but what advice would you give to a new member who, or even someone who's watching right now, thinking about getting into rugby, thinking about coming along to an outlaw session? What would you say to them?
I say do it.
Yeah.
Come say hello. If you see me, come and talk to me. I'm happily get you involved. It's a wonderful experience, and I've met some great people that I think I'm going to be friends with for a very, very, very long time. And if that's what you're looking for, then we are your place to be. If you can either go in, you can either go in and be the best you can be, but you can also turn up and just have fun. I mean, there's quite a lot of diversity in outdoors, where I think in other clubs they may pressure you to be overly committed or a particular standard when you turn out the box. And outlaws, you can be great out the box, but you can also not be so great out of the box. But if you're willing to try and work on it and turn up to training, you will achieve great things. I
always think, there's doesn't matter what level you're at, there's something there for you. And so this is the killer question. If you could describe outlaws in just 3 words, what would they be?
It would be friendship. A word that we've used a lot already, which is very true, inclusive. And family. It feels like a family.
No, really, really good choice, and I completely agree with you. I think at the end of the day, that to me is what kind of differentiates outlaws from other clubs, is that you get that feeling, and they all go together as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're three very good words. They're three very good words, very positive words. I mean, I can't speak more highly of Outlaws, to be honest. They've got some great people who are, you know, more senior Outlaws, if you want to call them that really drive the club in a really great direction.
You mean the old bastards?
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. Yeah, no, they've got a really good finger on the pulse, really, and they really understand what the club's about, and they really live by those values themselves, and that really shows. And it attracts those people with the same values, and those values that those people take with them also then make the club.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much, Matt.
No, thank you.
I can't wait to see who you pass it on to.
Ooh, we will see. We'll see.
No, it's great though, Matt. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for watching the interview with an outlaw. If you like what you saw, please click like. And if this is the first time you're here, why not hit subscribe for more from our channel? We release 5 every Friday, so let's see who will pass it on next.